Hi, Shuggy. Okay, so I have a story for you today. It's a little bit of a mashup. History, tea, boxing. Okay, we have sports tea for today. So there is a pretty deep history of boxing and organized crime. Do you know, it's like the most famous picture in boxing. The picture of Muhammad Ali standing over Sonny Liston like this. Here's what happened in that picture, in that sitch. So Sonny Liston had deep ties to the mob, or mafia, or whoever organized crime. And it's suspected that, this mob boss or whoever the fuck had a whole bunch of money on the fight for Ali to win. So Liston threw the fight, meaning, he got hit and then fell out all severely. And he could have gotten back up. So in that picture, it looks like Ali is like, yeah, bitch. But what he says, if you rewatch that round, he says, get up, get up. You know what I mean? Because come on, bitch, we're going to fight for real. Okay? So long history of organized crime and boxing kind of going together. Now let me tell you a story about a man named Billy Collins Jr. Oh my God. Okay, so the match is between Billy Collins and Luis Restos, okay? Luis Restos was had lost some, had won some fights were draws. Billy had never lost. So it was very much assumed, oh, Billy's gonna smoke his boots. He's gonna win the shit out of this fight. The man that was the trainer for Restos was named Panama Lewis. Panama Lewis is a bulldog. Anywho, Panama Lewis was homegirls and boys with some folks that were trafficking some shit. So Panama had all kind of ties to folks who were selling blow in Miami, right? So before the fight between his fighter, Restos, and Billy Collins, these dealers or whatever, basically told him hey, fucker, we got a whole lot of money on Restos winning the fight, even though it's not, nobody's suspecting that he's going to win. We put a whole bunch of money on him winning, so you better figure out a way to make him win. He sure did. So the fight was in 1983, Collins versus Restos, in Madison Square Garden, bro. Everybody sees it. Right before the fight, Panama takes Restos' gloves. He says, I gotta go to the bathroom. Takes the gloves, pokes a hole in the glove, right? Boxing gloves are typically 10 to 12 ounces. He pokes a hole. There's the foam in this part. Pokes a hole back in the days, the padding was horse hair. So he pokes a hole, he takes out an ounce from each glove, right? When you're boxing, before you put your gloves on, your hands get taped because you got a lot of little bones in your hands, and if you're punching with that much force, you could break some shit. So they tape up the hands. When Panama goes to tape up Restos' hands, he tapes them, and then he applies another layer of something. What could it be? Bitch, it was plaster. The stuff that you put on the outside of a cast. So, the fight went 10 rounds. Restos beating the brakes off of Billy. Because essentially, he's bare-knuckled. And Billy wasn't. He was fighting with regular-ass gloves, doing regular shit. Not only did Panama Lewis fuck with the gloves and with the tape, he also, mind you, like I said, it's 83. So, asthma medicine was a tablet. It was also damn near an amphetamine. So, Panama would put that shit in the water for his boxers. So when, rounds would end, you go to your corner, you drink some water, all of a sudden now you got all kind of breath and an extra gusto. That was figured out because one time Panama was get him some water, get him some water. They go to give him some water. He was like, no, not that one, the one I made. Made water. What? Anyway, long story short, it went 10 rounds. Billy was bludgeoned so severely that he went nearly blind. His iris detached from his eyeball. He became a severe addict, and 9 months later, he himself. Restos and Panama went to jail or prison for 2-ish years each. Oh, I forgot to tell you. So the way that it was figured that the gloves had been tampered with is because after the fight, Billy Collins Jr. was trained by his daddy, Billy Collins Sr., So after the fight, Restos comes over. Hey, good match, good match, good match, good match. Mind you, everybody still got the fighters still have their gloves on. He goes over to Billy Daddy saying, hey, good match. And Billy's dad does like this and said, hang on a minute. And can feel the gloves and was like, hey, ref. And didn't let go. And was like, you need to test. Something is wrong with these fucking gloves. And it was very clear that there was, in fact, something wrong with those gloves. They also then became much more diligent about, we should check the gloves in the ring. And not like just send some fucking random commissioner into each person's dressing room and be like, let's check the gloves. Because in each person's dressing room, there's probably some fucking person there selling blow who's like, I'll give you $10,000 if you leave them fucking gloves alone. Restos never boxed again. Panama never trained again. He wasn't allowed to be in the corner. You know what I mean? So like literally at the ring, but definitely was still training folks and was still telling people, here's what you need to do. Here's this and this. Restos, that was the end of that. And obviously Collins nobody won. If you look up Billy Collins, I'm not going to put a picture or anything because like it's bad. But if you look up Billy Collins Jr., it's insane. The way that his face looks. Like, yeah, boxing is literal hand-to-hand combat. But there's padding. So nobody ever is by the middle of the fight. That's insane. It was bad. Ooh. And then my final little boxing story. So, you've heard of Sugar Ray Leonard. Before him, there was a man named Sugar Ray Robinson. One time before a fight, Sugar Ray Robinson, the night before the fight, had a dream that while he was boxing, he hit him so hard that the opponent died. So he woke up the following morning and was like, I'm not fighting today. Like, I'm not doing this fight. I know that people are anticipating it. I know that, whatever. I'm not doing this fight. And so his team brought in a priest. They brought in a minister to be like, Sugar, you in your own head. It's okay. Like, that was just a dream. Da-da-da-da-da. He says, okay. They convince him. He goes, he fights. There was a total knockout, and the man died within 24 hours of his injuries. Crazy.